Hello, you guys. How is everyone doing? I'm going to just start letting people get the notifications. Hey, the Black Barbie, Miss Black Barbie. I'm kind of late. Y'all know I did I finally got the opportunity to go back. I did a interview on over on Trudet's channel today. So I was kind of looking at that interview. Um, and then once I stopped looking at that interview, I was like, let me start looking at like see if there's some property out in the country. And I kind of got caught up on that. But that was a nice interview. Big True that did a really good interview. Hey, Demon, Yolanda, Phyllis, Michelle, TB21, Angel, the real boss, Michelle, Aaron. As soon as I get on, that's when those dogs start fighting. All they shows they ass. They just like their mother. Remember when who was with me from the beginning when I used to get on? Remy used to bark and keep barking. She would show her ass. Her little baby is the same way. No lie, the young dog judge is too soft. We gonna see. Hey, Althea, Ramona. You guys, make sure y'all hit that like button as y'all start coming into the room. Hey, Dub JJ. We're gonna give a few more people the opportunity to start coming in. Legacy 360. Letitia. We're going to talk about Mr. Orange to the mound to the quit. Joy loves God. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to everybody that's in here. We normally give them everybody 5 to 6 minutes to start seeing the notifications. I am She Johnson. Yeah, they are some rascals for real. Like they were so sad when one leaves. I was looking at them. They were so sad. Like they weren't saying nothing. I guess they were saying, "Oh Lord, am I next?" Because they're smart. I think they were saying, "Am I next to go?" They were just sitting quiet. Now they back to their normal selves. But y'all, I be getting the person that bought Robbie from me. I be getting pictures of him all the time. And I'm like, I wonder if he's happy because he be cuddled. Because see, when I had him, he was the leader of the pack. He kept them, riled up. He was real smart, jumping off of everything, jumping up on tables. But every time you see him, he curled up and when they send me pictures, he curled up in their arm, curled up under the tape. I mean, up under the covers and stuff in their bed. They spoiling him, but I'm like, he had a personality where he was real curious and bad. So I'm like, I wonder if he's depressed. You know how I am. I be getting melancholy. Okay, I'm gonna open the lines in a few. Who is that? God dog, they bite. And here's another thing, y'all. This is what I have to do. Wait a minute. Ho 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 ho. That's Ranger. Y'all don't y'all know I have to pick my toes and stuff up? and put my feet up on my couch. They try and bite my toes. Their teeth are way sharper than even Remy's teeth are right now. They got some sharp little teeth. So I can't even put my feet on the floor when they are out. Just like Ranger was trying to crawl up on the couch and was biting my toes. Oh, y'all, he's so bad. He crawling up on the couch. He climbing. He climbing up on the couch. So Remy pulled him down. Trying to crawl up on the couch to bite my toes. Oh, okay, you have to go back to the toe. I know that's the reason I have to pick them up. And they trying to bite that big toe. That the nails starting to grow back, but I'm finicky about that toe, and they trying to bite it. Anyways, you guys, I wanted to I wanted to talk about Orange Mound Quet, of course. And so I was looking at News Channel 24. Of course, y'all know Orange Mound Quet was arrested yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. He got out yesterday morning for a warrant, which was for stalking. And allegedly, I was looking at, because it didn't, when I looked at it last night, it didn't say what date. It just kind of had it in there as a hold on one second. Let me see. Oh, let me remove that. Oh, let's see. I was kind of looking at swimming pools and stuff because I kind of want a swimming pool that's in the ground. Okay, so I was looking at channel. Let me move that so I won't click. Ranger, stop biting me. Stop. You gonna get your ass whooped biting on me. Hold on, y'all. I might have to put them back in there. Remy, get them for me. Remy, get them for me, Remy. Okay, so News Channel 24 is talking about Orange Mound Quet right here, okay? And they just did an update a few hours ago. And they were saying that the man accused of ordering the hit that unalived Memphis rapper Young Dolph in 2021 was arrested on June 23rd by South Haven police on a stalking charge. And it says that the stalking charge was from 2019, right? Allegedly, he already had a warrant in South Haven from 2019. It says, according to the limited information provided by the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office, Hernandez Govan was arrested on a warrant for stalking, repeatedly following, harassing, or making threats from November 22nd of 2019. Jail records show he was booked in a DeSoto County jail on June 23rd and released the next day on a total of $22.50. The jail records indicate Govan was also charged with having a suspended license and improperly mounted license tag. So I'm guessing when they pulled him over in South Haven, because they don't play, because something was wrong with his tags, he didn't have a license, and when they ran his name, they realized that he had a warrant. Okay. It says Govan has been out on bond in the Young Dolph's case since posting bail on May 11th of 2023, but he was ordered to stay on house arrest. Okay. During a hearing in February 2024, Judge Jennifer Mitchell warned Govan that he needed to stop playing fast and loose with the bond stipulations. The judge said he was not following the bond conditions after she received calls from concerned citizens that he was doing interviews. Judge Mitchell told Govan he was to stay in the house and not to leave for any reason, including funerals. It is not clear how Govan's arrest in South Haven will affect his bond release in Shelby County. Govan faces charges of first degree murder, conspiracy to commit first degree murder, and attempted, of course, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So, they're saying that he already had the warrant for stalking since November of 2019. And so evidently he was out that night. His tags wasn't right. He was riding dirty with dirty, his tags weren't right. And he didn't have no license. When he gave his name, he didn't have any license. And then when they ran it, they realized he had a warrant. So, to me, especially since he has been ordered to stay on house arrest, I would think that that's a violation, right? I would think that that's a violation. It's going to be interesting. That's why I said, will Memphis judge violate Govan for the new arrest? Demon says Govan is one man drilling crew. Oh my God. I tell you, he definitely has nerves. He has nerves like steel. So I'm pretty sure that maybe the attorney, we might see that attorney fly down if his money is right. We might see him fly down from Atlanta for this one. Because, when he went to court in June, they gave him another court date for July the 20th. As of right now, that's the court date that he still has. They have not said anything about an emergency court date, and I doubt they will here because the courts are so backed up that it's ridiculous. Yep, the courts are so backed up that it is ridiculous. They said, "What's up, T lady? Why would he ride in Mississippi? Period. They don't play with people from Mississippi. Van crazy ass. You know what? I don't know. He already know how they get down in Mississippi. Everybody knows how they get down in Mississippi. If you move to Mississippi from Memphis, and you could be parked in your driveway, if you're not getting those tags changed over, they're not gonna let you wait until your tags are out the next year. They will fine you. The police will ride by your house every day and come knock on your door. You are a Mississippian now? When are you gonna get those tags changed over? See, people thought, that's little petty stuff, but that's the type of stuff that they do. So surely if your tags are in and they want you to go and get your tags changed over to Mississippi tags, that's little pity pat stuff. You got to know you're not gonna ride dirty down there, period, at all. And they don't cut no breaks. They need to reel him on in and cancel all the other court dates that lady got on her calendar. That's why I was wondering, is he living in Mississippi? He might be living in Mississippi. He probably is living somewhere around Mississippi, right? Because a lot of people start moving to Mississippi. Yeah, he might be living down there. But the thing about it is, supposedly he's on house arrest. So why was he out, driving with and his tags weren't good? I'm sure he's not living in Orange Mound. Then somebody claim that they saw him hanging around Orange Mound. I think somebody put that in my chat one time. I don't know if that's true or somebody was saying it. We don't know if that's true or not though. Um, so will she violate him when he goes back to court? I think it's on the 20th. Where he goes to, it might be around because it's I think he goes on the 20th of next month because he has to go to court for that warrant next month in DeSoto County. He's got to report back to Judge Jennifer. Um, they might say, well, he already had that warrant in 2019 and he wasn't doing anything. He was out. But if she said that he's supposed to be on house arrest and he's out driving with no licenses, um, that's definitely going to be an issue, or it should be. But it's going to be interesting to see, what she does. I think, Miajaye is furious. I was looking at her Instagram. She was just like shaking my damn head. I wonder if Dolph had been of another skin color, would this be happening? And I could definitely understand how his family feels, because as much as anybody might want justice for him, I don't think that they could want justice for him more than the people who actually loves him. Mia J has been very vocal from the very start, and I think she maybe she's a spokesperson for the family. It seems her children, as far as I'm concerned, she's his wife. Okay, when I say that, people come in here. Well, Doc wasn't married. The Bible says when a man goes into a woman, they married. As far as I'm concerned, they damn married. Okay, and so, anyways, that's what it is, right? But she is very upset about that, and I could definitely understand that. This is the father of her children. Hey, she knows more than what we know, and I think she has always had an issue with Orange Mound Quit. I think that has been one of her biggest issues. She's had an issue with him being out. She has not. She started to really say a little bit more about it, right? Um, that's why when people wanted to give Miajaye a hard time, I never let them come into my chat with their narrative, right? That's a woman, an African American woman who has been forced to pick up the pieces, right, and raise her children um, by herself, right? His life was interrupted. From what we could see, he seemed to adore those kids. From what he said, he seemed to adore his children. So when people say, "Well, he left her all that money," because I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true, that Dolph had an insurance policy, and I'm sure he did on himself. That those kids got, and Miajaye and them got about 100 mil. Okay. And so if he did that, that's what a motherfucking real man is supposed to do. Okay. And that makes me like him even more. Okay. He had his stuff in order, and he made sure that those kids and his woman would be taken care of the way he took care of them, even in his absence. That's what real men do. They don't have their women out there selling fish plates to put their ass in the ground, okay? Because when that happens, when they run the street and they wearing Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Chanel, and they got $100,000 worth of shit on their box Chevy, and then they ask us, something happened to them, and then they women and their family out there selling fish plates. Those are the ones that need to be buried, put in a damn box and buried in the backyard, okay? Because they was irresponsible. Anyways, Michelle says, yes, Diane, that's why they got rid of Judge Coffee. Judge Coffee didn't play. Now, Judge Coffee didn't play, and Straight Drop's attorney didn't like Judge Coffee because Judge Coffee didn't cut him no slack at all. DK Daddy says, I don't understand why the feds didn't stop in long before now. Didn't Dolph get hit up at a hotel or something like that years ago? You know what? I believe that they did say in Charlotte. in Charlotte. I believe those 2 times that they hit Dolph up, it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I do know. I think Keon is doing time, but it probably would have been a lot of them doing time if Young Dolph had, Young Dolph didn't want to testify against them. Um, I'm telling you, look at Lust Demon. But anyways, you guys, will she violate him? If she don't violate him, I'm going to believe that she is a Soros judge. Because we know it is appearing that Steve Mulroy is a Soros judge, a George Soros judge, and I can believe that, okay? I definitely can believe that. He buy judges, he pay for judges, he pay for district attorneys, he pay for politicians for them to change laws, to make it easier for the pedos and the criminals and all of that. He buy judges to, give them a pat on the hand, and he paid for DAs to make sure that they are not charged. Now, if she does, it depending on what she does, hey, I'm gonna feel like it's a mess in the game too. Okay. They said, guess who was the police chief in Charlotte? At that time, I don't know. I think they said Davis was. Let me see who was the police chief in Charlotte, and that was in 2016. Who was the police chief in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2016? We get ready to see. Okay. What's her name? What's Chief Davis' first name? CJ? Chief C.J. Davis in North Carolina. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. She was the police chief in Raleigh, Durham. She was the police chief in Raleigh, Durham. She wasn't. That's not Charlotte, is it? I thought Raleigh and Charlotte. Let's see, Raleigh, Durham, and Charlotte. Raleigh, Durham, and Charlotte is 2 hours apart. So, I mean, wasn't Dolphin Charlotte, North Carolina? I'm so glad I looked at that, because some people have made people believe that she was the police chief, and she was in North Carolina, but she was in Raleigh, Durham, which is 2.5 hours away from Charlotte, North Carolina, and those are two different cities. It's not the same. Where they hit Dolph up at was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm glad I looked at that. They're gonna be mad at me. Who she thinks she is to tell that? And we had the people thinking but they done already made their money off of that lie. That's old. They drained that lie to death. So they tricked the people and made their money off of it. Okay. So she was the police chief in Raleigh, Durham. Okay. Which is 2.5 hours away from Charlotte. So, talking about she set Dolph up and let God in them go, that she was not even over the Charlotte Police Department. Okay. Let me see. She was born in Raleigh, Durham, and she became the police chief in Raleigh, Durham. Okay. Um, I'm just saying that the Fed should have stepped in then simply because of where it happened at a large scale hotel, whether he testified or not. Um, Diane says the judge be sitting up there like she's fussing at Govan. She needs to do the right thing. ZK says they mucked it up though. So who can decide the code? Surely not the people that's mucked up. Diane says, Cypress, you don't listen to anything I say. Yeah. I believe that Keon doing time for, I think Keon is doing time for what happened to Young Dolph in 2016 for the 2016 popping. We can't say certain things on here for the 2016 popping. And they didn't get him then. And so the very next year in 2017, they tried to pop him. That's when, Black Youngster in them. And I think the reason they got Keon is because there were some witnesses. Even though Young Dolph didn't testify or anything like that, there were witnesses that saw Keon in them. And so I think that's why Keon is in jail. The next year, they tried to do the exact same thing in 2017. And Young Dolph didn't say anything. And here's the thing, like, I really wish that he would have said something, because them Negroes would still be in jail now. They wouldn't have even been out to be creating the havoc that they ended up doing in the very end. Okay. Cypress Wind is the next CMG show. You all make sure y'all hit the like button for me, okay? Like, share, and subscribe, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. But will the judge violate Govan for the new arrest? Hey, if he's on house arrest and he was told not to go out, I would think that is a violation. And like I said, I'm getting back to Miajaye. I can understand the frustration of Miajaye. She said, wasn't that the same one when Vato was in handcuffs, he and Keon? I don't know. Because I remember Vato, that might have been the LA shooting. That might have been the LA. Oh, and then the LA, then they try to hit him up in LA again. And I think that was in 2017. I forgot about that one. That was in 2017. I think that's when Vato was in handcuffs. And it was another person. I don't know if they said it was Black Youngster's bodyguard or something like that. She said no, Vato went for the LA shooting. So it's like there was a history of continually getting people to try and hit him up. Okay. Cypress, is that why your folks ain't rapping now? Cypress, this seems like your folks trying to stay out of the country. They went on over there to him and Angela over there in Israel, aren't they? They over there I guess they want to get baptized. Fishman says, Cypress friend, don't say nothing about him being over here, but he cuss out everybody else. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. Let's see. If Laying Low was a music group, I tell you. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, okay? Let me see how many likes we got. Oh, y'all run them likes up. We only got 59 likes. We only got 59 likes, y'all. Run those likes up for me. Y'all run the likes all the way up. Yeah, make sure y'all run those likes all the way up. It's 130 people in here. We really need 130 likes. Y'all keep going. Keep hitting that like button for me. Run the likes all the way up. I'm going to open up the phone line in just a few minutes. Like, share, and subscribe, okay? If you want to support the channel, you can support the channel via Cash App, okay? Let's see how many likes we got now. Keep running the likes up, y'all. We need 30 more likes. We need 30 more likes. Hey, Miss Roro. It's another young lady that I have not seen in here in a minute, but she says she be in the bushes though. She do kind of do comedy on her channel. Her name started with an R. I can't think of it now. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the. Let's see, y'all. Let's see how many. Let me see something. Okay, y'all, we need 25 more likes. Yeah, he doing a piss poor job. I'm gonna tell y'all something. What I can't understand, they said that Govan had the reason he couldn't be in jail is because of some medical condition. What kind of medical condition he got? Because if he got a medical condition, yeah, he want to work. It couldn't be that bad. Down, I've never known people to get out just for a medical condition. It's weird. What is really going on with this case? Mia should have been out there fighting for her. Wait a minute. Pink Star says, what is really, that's moving too fast. What is really going on with this case? Mia should have been out there fighting for her man or picking it outside the front of the court. I'm going to fight for justice. What? Mia, I'm going to fight the justice system. Mia need. Well, let me just say this, Pink Star. I think everybody does stuff differently. I think Miajaye has a large platform. I think Miajaye has been doing extremely good. I think Miajaye has been doing extremely good with the way that she has responsibly been handling things. Okay, I hear people say all the time, that Mia should do it like this, Mia should do it like that, because I would do it like that. What people need to understand is you cannot project upon other people what you would do. The way you do it is not the way that I do it. And so it's not good to viciously attack people based on what you feel like they should be doing, right? Okay, you can't viciously attack people because you go, well, I would do it this way, she should do it that way. That's not fair, right? Me and you don't do it the same way. I've watched how she's doing it. She's trying to be proactive as it relates to going to the White House and trying to get some laws and stuff changed. That's how you proactively do it. I think for so long, a lot of our community don't know how to proactively do nothing. They feel like when there's injustice, we're going to go and loot. We're going to go and kick in the doors. We're going to burn up houses. And then when the smoke clear, every house, every store that they burn up is in their own neighborhood. A lot of them ain't even got a damn bike to get to the store. So then they have to go outside of their neighborhood to the white people neighborhood and put the money in their community because the small black business corner store that has been in their neighborhood for like 30, 40 years, they took their retarded asses down there and burn it up. So I always talk about being proactive. It is good to go and petition these politicians to change these laws so that when these criminals get caught, they can stay in jail. Okay. and not be lenient on them. So I think she's doing it the right way. Miajaye doing the best she can to be fair about it. Yeah, I think she's doing the best she can. Michelle says she wants justice for Dolph and her children, and she got to keep her sanity. If she out there picking and clowning and stuff, you know, you lose your sanity. That woman talk about how she's been in counseling, how her children have been in counseling. If she does not keep her sanity, then her children suffer. I don't mean no harm. And I'm not talking about you, Pink Star. But I see it's unfortunate how so many, you know, it's a lot of children that suffer. Right? Because I think more people think about themselves than what the effects of what they do and how they do it. How is it going to affect my children, especially if they're minors? So you have to do whatever you can to keep your sanity while being proactive. It ain't gonna do her no good to be in the nut house. It won't do her kids any good. M. Rose says, I stand with Miajaye. She is dealing with all the BS going on and what she's seeing, and these kids not being held accountable. Folks is out on bond and doing illegal stuff, and she is still absolutely, she's still grieving. And this is what people don't understand. They have to prepare themselves mentally, and that's why I see why she's upset when they start talking about this trial. They have to prepare themselves mentally to be in that courtroom, to look at these videos. They're going to more than likely be seeing the videos for the first time too. Seeing how he was, you know, his last moments when those shots rang out, how he fell to his death. We already know because of the weapons that they used, it was heinous in nature. So when folks will sit up and say, why they won't let me see the videos? A lot of these folks is bloodthirsty, and they sick, and they pathetic, and they crazy, and they, as my aunties and them used to say, ignorants. Why would anybody want a video out like that just so they can have some damn content because they sick? That man got children. That man got a family. Who would want to see that? I don't want to see it. Why they won't let us see him dying and taking his last breath? Some crooked going on. Okay, you have folks that was sitting up, egging folks on. Go down there to the Memphis police department and demand it. They was coming over to my channel. Where that video at? I said, get y'all asses up off my channel because you know I ain't got it. I said, go down there to the federal building. Go down there to the federal building and to MPD and demand it. Break up in there and demand it. Okay? But I think I told you, I got on one of my videos and told y'all too. If y'all go down there and demand it, you walk up in that, you send a damn fool that want to be accepted up in that building. They had already said they was going to light your asses up. Okay? But who would want to demand to see something like that? I don't want to see it. Okay. Nicole says, when my husband was unalived, my children and I had to go to therapy for 4 years, so I understand what Mia is going through. Mr. Parker said, Mia is the true definition of strong, solid, ride or die woman. A lot of women would have moved on in every way. At this point, she is still fighting for Dolph. I respect it. Rose says they have all the videos that's for the trial, not for people to see. Right. You know, folks was talking about, Raven, give us that video. Even if Raven had the video, Raven wouldn't be crazy enough to put that video out. Was she supposed to have to deal with the feds just to appease a bunch of YouTubers? So a lot of what I saw, regardless of how people view Raven, I saw people trying to bully her for selfish reasons. We want that video. I can see everything that goes on in my studio. Right? But I think it's just plain evil and bloodthirsty to even want to see such. Let me tell you something, Teddy Long. My dogs play. Okay. I have little Yorkies, they play. No, I don't do that. Okay. I don't do that. Maybe that's something that you would want. Maybe that's something that you do. Okay. But I'm an animal lover. I love animal. I love life. I love humans. Right? I love anything that has life. So you on the wrong channel, Teddy. Now, Teddy, did you mean some harm before? Because I ain't gonna cuss you out because I know you want me to cuss you. I'm not gonna do it. But I'm gonna ask you, what did you mean by that? And you got 1 minute to tell me what you meant, or else I'm gonna have my moderators to block you. Okay? And we doing it in love because I have to stay on track. Okay? Diane says, yeah, he got on here talking about he needed 5K in cash. I was like, oh Lord. And then he will release the video. Lord have mercy. I tell you. Daryl Brown says, shit, they sound like they fighting. But they just playing. They're puppies. They are puppies. They don't listen. We don't have dog fights. They play. They makes a lot of noise when they play. Y'all ain't gonna accuse me of being no damn Michael Vicks. I rebuke y'all in the name of Jesus. Now go on. Michelle says they want the video because they want to keep on benefits of his demise. Y'all, let's see how many likes we got. Okay, y'all. That person who was that asked me about the dog fights. Teddy, did you hit the like button? Teddy, I hope you hit the like button. Hold on 1 second. I know what I'm getting ready to do. Okay. Okay, y'all, I'm getting ready to open up the lines. We're talking about will the judge violate Govan? Okay. Will the judge violate Govan? Okay. And we're talking about Miajaye being furious. We're talking about people, want to say that they don't think that Miajaye has done enough, but I think she has done as much as she knows to do. Right. I like the fact that she's being more vocal. The lady spoke about in the beginning. She was like, she didn't want to be scared to speak up or say anything, right? Because she had her children. She didn't want to take no chance on her children not having anybody. Okay. I was listening to her. She prayed about it and she said she's gonna start speaking up more. She's not gonna be afraid. And I think she's doing it in a proactive way, not just being selfish, not only to help young Dolph, but she's also thinking about other people who have gone through the same thing and who will in the future go through the same thing. And the best way to combat that is to put laws in place. That's actually being very proactive. Not jumping on your platform. Them motherfuckers ain't doing nothing to yeah, they got me messed up. Oh, whew, Lord have mercy. I think she's doing it the right way. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to open up the lines. Okay. Okay, you guys, the lines are open. The number is 615-854-7509. I love Mia, and she's powerful and strong. I just want his family to get justice, especially his mom and dad, while they still here. That's what hurt. I know me right, and I'm gonna tell you something. We know that young Dog's father had been battling a illness, right? And somebody was showing me a video. It touched me too, but this was like, oh God, maybe a year ago, right? Somebody was showing me a video. They was at a party, and his dad was up dancing like the life of the party on the video, right? And but you could tell that he was thin and stuff. Okay. So I definitely want for them to get justice. I want them to see it, right? We already know that we've spoken it into the future, but I would like for his parents to be able to see it manifest, right? And I think his father is a strong man. Okay. Um, hey, people even want to talk about that man's parents. Hey, there have been many people to get hey, we already know what Craig did in the 80s, right? And I don't think that Young Dog's parents are bad people. They just became addicted to something in the 80s, like so many other people did. But I believe they still love their son. And to see when Young Dog's father did that interview to talk about how he had his child paid. He was living nice, and he didn't even have to pay a bill. Okay. Um. Hey, that's something, right? If you think about Young Dolph, if he had that type of heart, normally we get our characteristics and our traits from our family members, right? We have a little bit of our mother and our father ways. So I would think that because he had a big heart, it had to have came from his mom and his dad. Okay. So I think that they were worthy of that. Evidently their son felt like they were worthy of it too. So I would like to see Adolf Sr. push through. He's still here. We have not heard anything about him not being here anymore. So evidently he's holding on, and we don't know what that man's prayers are. Okay, even with him going through what he goes through, who's to say it's not in remission? Because we do serve a God. But whatever, we don't know what his prayers are. His prayers could be, God, give me the strength to hold on so that I can see justice for my son. Okay, if you don't heal me completely, if it's not in your will to heal me completely, let me see justice for my son, and then I'll ascend and go and ascend to the level that my son is on. Because see, Young Dolph has ascended to another dimension. Okay. And so when his father and any of us passes on, hey, we all just ascend, our spirits ascend to another dimension. Okay. And so who's to say that's not his prayer? And I do believe that God, or some people call it a higher power, honors those things that we send into the atmosphere that we call prayers, right? So I believe his father hold on. And hey, I know it couldn't be easy. It's not going to be easy to sit in a courtroom and see a child that he and Miss Diane produced together. That's what makes me so mad. They produced him and gave him life. That was their life that they brought into the world. Yo Gotti, a nobody, because of their sissy ways, their emotions, had no right to decide that they was going to interrupt somebody's life just because they couldn't stand to see them be blessed, or because their feelings got hurt. Okay? It was not their life to take. Who died and made Yo Gotti or any other people around him God? And so that's why I always say they're going to see who the real God is, and it ain't them. It's a damn shame how you got humans, people, ain't got the sense God gave them. Putting somebody up on a pedestal just because they got some money. Well, you know your God is God because he got 100 million. I don't believe he got it, but Miajaye got it because Dolph made sure she had it. Okay? He got 100 million, so can't nobody touch him, not even God. Some of our people, I be looking at the way people think sometimes. And my feelings used to get hurt when folks would say, "Ooh, she sit over there," because see, I'm shy and reserved, but I'm very observant. "Ooh, she sit over there with her nose up." It's some people I don't want to have a conversation with. They too stupid. In order for me to have a conversation with them, it has to bring me down to a level that I don't dwell in. So I always told y'all, I take the elevator to the top floor, bitch, because I'm top tier. So I can't have no conversations where I'm dwelling all down on the first floor. Ain't no person that is mere man can ever be a god to me. So when folks say, do you think the people, everybody that was involved gonna get got? Yeah, I believe it. Well, they got $100 million. Okay, we can't talk no more. You too stupid. We ain't on the same level. We don't talk the same language. I wish you the best in life, though, but I can't dwell on that first floor with you. Okay? So, Young Dolph's father, who we know has an ailment, maybe his prayers has been, God, give me the strength to endure so that I can see justice for my child. Okay? I can be here with my wife to go through this trial, but our prayer is that God heals him totally. And maybe he has. So that I can go through this trial and be there with my wife and my daughters and my grandchildren and Young Dolph's wife. Because as far as I'm concerned, Miajaye is his wife. Okay? When folks say, well, he had other women, well, we didn't see him with them. Okay? So, so that they can go through that and see their child. Because they got to see the video, they got to hear about the plot. They got to hear these witnesses come in telling what they know. They got to hear about the last minutes. They got to hear about all of that. How they stalked their son, how they was going to do it this way, how they was going to do it that way. That's an emotional. I was reading, each and every time your heart breaks, you have a heart breaks. One of your, I don't know if it's true, one of your a heartstring breaks. When you feel that hurt in your heart, I was reading that like you have a like a heartstring that breaks or something. Can you imagine that? Giving birth to a child, just about all of us got kids on here, and you got to watch your child who had made a living and was taking care of his whole family, right? You got to look at his last moments when he's standing up there on that phone, and then all of a sudden, them Negroes run up to that window and he just started falling. Can you imagine that? I can't imagine that. That's why I say these demons on YouTube is another type of demon. I want it so I can make a documentary. Lord, some people, let me tell y'all something. In order for a lot of our people in the Black community to come out of bondage, some people gonna have to die. Some of them got to go. Have you ever heard that when people are so evil and the type of stuff that they spew, especially when they're in leadership and they have a hold on people, they just evil and they got all that venom in them. Nothing good happens. The people cannot, move forward until they go. Some people just got to go. Some of these folks so evil, they ain't got no good in them at all. Money is their God. Some of them got to die. They just got to go so the world can be a better place. Some of these folks on YouTube, I don't know where they came from or who raised them, but they sick. They twisted for real. Okay. And so now, if people want to be proactive, folks should be getting together if they really want some justice for him and saying, Judge, I wish a nigga would. Okay, how many more years she got? Because we got to make sure she ain't no Soros. First of all, these folks that claim they really want justice for him and they hardcore going after other folks, have they went and pulled the background of this judge to see? When I say that, I'm talking about her financial situation as it relates to her campaign, to see who donated to a campaign. Have they started there? No, they just a bunch of bullshitters. They like to amp up shit and get a bunch of weak people around them to get their emotions flowing. That's it. That's all. Okay. That's it. That's all. Because it starts there. And we have to make sure, okay, we got to make sure she ain't, she ain't no Soros woman, judge. We got to make sure everything is copacetic. Not saying that, we don't want to falsely accuse the lady if she's a good judge, okay? Because I've seen pictures of her where she was out at the schools and stuff. She seemed to like the children, working with the community. But we know a lot of politicians do that, right? So we want to see, maybe she funded her own campaign. We don't want to be falsely accuse her. But when you want to be proactive, you got to make sure everything is clean. That's if you real about something. That's why I know a lot of these Negroes just on here making money, fighting for a penny a view, and they're more so in all of the power that the weaklings have given them over them. Wow, I could sit up here on my YouTube and tell lies and make money and steal and hack, and I can have power over other people. I ain't never been nothing in my whole life. I was born a loser. I ain't never did nothing right. Always caused chaos in everybody's life. Shit. This, and then I got all these folks on here that's letting me make an ass out of them. I'm the king for real. Okay. So that's why I have stood on. Ain't nobody gonna come over here and give me the shit. First of all, they can't. Hell, when vloggers, there have been other vloggers to break stories or whatever, whether I like them or not. I always gave them. I ain't gonna say that, hey, that vlogger over there broke that. As far as I know. Okay. As far as I know, they broke that story first. Okay. But that's how you be proactive. I can understand how Miajaye feels, when she go, if I gotta try to be proactive this way. I don't want to blurt out the wrong thing because I want to be able to be out in public with my children without being followed. They already got an address one time before. Okay. And somebody put in my chat, I believe it was Rest in Peace Young Dolph, they got an address that she had to move. That's how sick these folks are. Now, What vlogger would even want to do something like that? Get that lady's address and go to her house, or have a damn fool to go to her house. That's the reason why the people that did it, when you start giving them 3 to 5 years, why you do it for this YouTuber? How long you been doing YouTube? Well, I had started looking at their YouTube channel, and I had liked it. Well. When you meet it, I had never had met it. Him. How old are you? 50? You a damn fool. A old fool. Okay. Cypress, it sounds like to me that God is scared. God is stay out the country all the time. He stays out of the country. It's like he got ants in his pants. Okay. It's almost like he's scared to stay in the United States. Why? Okay. I don't think he having that much fun. Aren't they over there in Israel? He wants to get baptized, child. Jesus is the right person to run to, but hey, even we already know the God that we served is a just God. He says that whatever man soweth, that's what he's gonna reap. That's a just God. Okay, so he can't run from that karma. That's for sure. It's gonna travel across the waters with him, child. Anyways, y'all, the lines are open. If you want to call in, the number is 615-854-7509. Okay. Y'all go ahead and call in. You know, I don't bite or nothing like that. We have fun on this channel. That's what we do. I believe that he's feeling guilty. I think he's been feeling guilty for a long time. Because even he know that what happened was not necessary. They didn't think it was going to have the effect that it has. So even, I guess it's a good thing. I guess that's the spirit of young Dolph. You keep even the damn fools interested by them being able to make money. That keeps his name out there, to keep people interested, to let whoever is investigating it know that hey, we're still watching.
D-Ma.
Hey, D-Ma.
Hey, baby.
What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Just up here. We bringing it like we always do.
Yeah, I just want to say that I'm like totally disturbed right now and highly agitated with this Govan dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna hop my butt off of here. Miajaye, if you're listening, Mr. and Mrs. Thornton, you guys go ahead and file a civil lawsuit. Because see, while they're playing games in the criminal side, I highly do believe that the family could win in a civil suit against Gotti.
I do too. A wrongful death? Wrongful death?
Yes, because he has been behind the hits on Dolph dating back to 2016. And before any, what they want to call it, before any, what do they call it, when statute of limitations and all this crap run out, Miajaye, if you're listening, you guys go ahead and you got enough money to get you a good civil attorney, and you guys need to go ahead, and while they fooling around on the criminal side, y'all go ahead and file a civil lawsuit against him for wrongful death.
Absolutely.
That's number one. And number two, in the civil suit, people will be called, give statements, what they call it, Tim, and do a deposition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people will be called to give this deposition. You have probably in a civil suit, you may have more information come out against Gotti in a civil suit because people feel like they won't be charged criminally because it's not a criminal suit; it's a civil suit.
Right.
So you may have people that feel more apt to talk, right, and give a deposition. And I truly, with all my heart, do believe that they would win in a civil suit and hit that nigga in his pocket. And I mean, when you go to sue him in a civil suit, make sure you go for the millions.
Go for that 100 million.
Yeah, a whole lot of it. Go for all of it. You understand? Because since they want to jack her around on the criminal side, then you go ahead before the statute of limitations run out, or I don't know how long it takes for attempts on his life or whatever. But I really do believe with the evidence that's out there, with the players that's involved, and since it's boy, and do it while this Keon dude is locked up too. So
that's
I really do believe that she needs to go ahead and file a civil lawsuit while the fire is hot. Don't wait till it gets too cold to get a civil suit going against him. And all these comments about he enjoying his family, and shout out to him enjoying his life with his family. Well, let's start getting some of that money he got so she can, really put it into her businesses and her foundations so Black men deserve to grow old and for her children.
That's right. I agree 100%.
This crap with Govan, I've never seen nothing like this before in my life. Now, how in the hell Shelby County didn't know he had a warrant from 2019, be it a county or not? Aren't all warrants in the system across the state?
Yes, they are.
The U.S.?
Yes, they are.
So how in the hell would Shelby County not even know he had a warrant for 2019? See, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody's not doing their due diligence, and the damn parole officer, whoever he or she is doing a piss poor damn job of monitoring him. He is not supposed to be out the house, period. Let alone in some damn raggedy ass car with tank, hot glue gun to the front, expired licenses, and a stalking thing from 2019. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't supposed to have his tail nowhere out the house, and I'm saying it, and I'm going to say it again. I do believe he had something to do with having teeth taken out. Now, I'm saying it. That's my opinion. Don't come for me, but that's how I feel. I feel like Govan is a one-man drilling crew. He don't need no crew. He's going to get out, and he's going to do what he got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when it comes to his freedom, because see, right now, he ain't got nothing to lose.
That's true.
Okay.
And that's a dangerous person that ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, he ain't got nothing to lose, and at this point, I feel like he's arrogant. I feel like he's cocky, and I feel like he's playing in the faces of the victim's family, the victim, and the courts, and the law. He has zero business being out. So that's why I say, Miajaye, baby girl, I wish you could hear this. I wish I had a way to message you and or Dolph's parents or his family. But y'all need to go ahead and get your civil attorney and sue Gotti ass on the civil side and get that money on. Because I'm going to tell you something. If they win in a civil suit, you better believe that more arrests will definitely come. Because that's going to light a fire under the law to get these other folks taken into, because guess what? More information to come out. These people going to get in them depositions in the civil suit, and they going to talk because they figure like, well, here, they can't charge me in the civil court.
That's true. Yeah. I agree 100%. Yeah. And they could definitely, because each and every time that was an attempt on his life, it was CMG affiliates. So they could definitely hit him with a wrongful death.
Yeah. They can get him with wrongful death. And Cypress, saw Cypress comment. Cypress, he don't have to be arrested or charged in this case for her to file a civil suit. Okay? A civil suit is to bring about the injustice of his civil liberties, which Gotti has done that time and time again through his affiliates and his associates. So she needs to sue Gotti civilly. She needs to sue his label and anybody else that's connected to his camp.
I agree.
That's my 2 cents. And, that's it and that's all. Because, see, right now, all of this tennis match back and forth, all this playing in the face of the victim and his family, something's got to give. And Jennifer Mitchell, is that her last name, Mitchell?
That's her name.
Okay, Jennifer, you need to get on your A game.
That's right.
Get on the A game, revoke his damn bond, and we shouldn't have to wait all the way until May to the next damn court date for you to take him back into custody.
July.
He needs to go back ASAP. He needs to go back ASAP. You call a special hearing, emergency hearing for him, and take his ass back into custody because he ain't got no business out nowhere.
Now, let me ask you this. You said you believe that he has something to do with what happened to Teasy. What, in your opinion, why you believe that?
Because I believe that, Teasy, and, I told you this before off air and in personal conversation. Yeah, I believe Teasy was at a point where maybe he was giving us a little information. Mm-hmm. I believe that whatever Govan found in his paperwork or saw in his paperwork, he was privy to, right? Rightfully so. If there's anybody cooperating or any statements involved, all of that is in his paperwork. And I find it mighty strange that as soon as Govan got out, TZ was taken out, right? And I don't think that Govan would have no problems either doing it himself or having people to do that for him. And I think that Govan wanted him out the way because if nothing else, maybe TZ could have really connected him and whoever else involved that have not been arrested to this case. See, like I say, Govan ain't got nothing to lose. And he gonna do whatever he got to do to stay free. He's enjoying his freedom right now. Look at him. He all up and down the street. He living his best life, right?
Right.
Yeah, he living his best life. So he ain't trying to give that up. He ain't trying to give that up. You saw his mugshot looking like he made a bulldog because he got arrested. Yeah, he mad as hell because he messed up, right? So you can imagine him being mad at the sight of seeing somebody's name that he's familiar with and he broke big bread with, in his paperwork. No, he gonna go get him. He gonna go get him. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have something to do with TZ and just my opinion, just two. Govan is a one-man drilling crew and he out here cleaning up house and they better recognize. And if they don't check it and check him back into 201, it's going to be some more folks out here sprawled out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, Govan ain't gave them enough to be out. I don't give a damn what Roy said. Well, we understand his position or what part he played.
That's right, because if he didn't give up Gotti, he ain't gave him enough.
Yeah, you ain't said enough because if you ain't mentioned Gotti, then we ain't got nothing to do. You stay put, mister. You stay put in 201, sir. You damn about no back surgeries or illnesses. He ain't too damn ill and his back ain't too broke around here drilling and riding around all up and down the damn street. Ain't nothing wrong with him. So that's just how I feel. I feel like they playing games. And this thing about we understand his part, that to me just sounds like y'all have conceded or it's a cop-out. Mm-hmm. It's a cop-out because ain't no way in the hell that they are masterminds supposed to be out before the actual shooters. And then he got the same charges as putting in straight drop, right? He has an M charge. So if you got an M charge like they do, why are you out? I don't get it.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I do.
Yeah. So, I want to see the Thornton family go ahead and file that civil suit. Go on and file that civil suit. And while they playing and pushing dates and playing with the dates and playing with the start of a trial and this, that, and the other, y'all going to get that civil suit going.
That's right. Get that civil suit going. They sure can get them for wrongful death.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because this Keon dude, then you had Vato in handcuffs, like youngster was on the news talking about folks snitching. Every last one of them from out of Gotti's camp.
Mm-hmm.
Like they said in that movie, Harlem Nights, are you in charge of the
You got Mr. N. You got Mr. N. You got Mr. N saying that, he tried to discourage them before they even had anybody from doing it.
Yeah, Gardy, you in charge of the hose, are you not? So you ain't never checked your hose and got your hose in check. So now it's time for you to pay the piper. However much they put their suit in for, they need to get that money. And whether they get him on the criminal side, you know, whatever. But at least get something out of him. Get something out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Make them uncomfortable. Make them pay.
I agree, 100%.
And my family, that's what I would do. I had his ass in civil court. They so fast make your head swim.
I tell you.
And I know that some folks in the YouTube world, YouTube streets, ain't gonna like that. But hey, he got to pay.
And but you know what the good thing about it is? They sure can't control my show.
Can't control me either, honey. Can't control me either. But you know, something got to give. Something got to give because there's no need in Miajaye. I mean, there's some satisfaction in a civil suit. No, money ain't gonna bring Dolph back, but there's satisfaction in making him uncomfortable and making him pay on some kind of level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right now, civil suit is the best way to go. Not the only way to go, but it's the best legal way to go. Because I can think of all other kind of ways to go. So that's all I want to say. You know, I want to put that in the atmosphere, and I hope that, you know, she hears this and that they think about it and go ahead and do that just for their own sanity.
Absolutely.
You know, get the people in there and give them depositions. And I think, you know, and I have studied cases, civil suits where more information tends to come out in a civil suit.
It does. It sure does.
You know? Mm-hmm. All right, baby, I'm going to get back down here in the bushes and listen.
Okay, thanks for calling in.
Okay, love.
All right, bye-bye. Shout out to D-Mon for calling in. Somebody had put into my chat that supposedly is it the senator opened up a hotline on Mulroy. Okay, let's look at that right quick. They're trying to oust him. But here's the thing, Senator, you and Mulroy are best friends, so it's weird.
On your news leader, the war of words continues between State Senator Brent Taylor and District Attorney Steve Mulroy. Taylor now creating a hotline to take complaints about the DA from people in Shelby County. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hirsch. The senator is hoping it helps him build a case against Mulroy. WREG's Brian Didlake joins us now live after speaking with both men about this. And Brian, what did they have to say?
Well, Stephanie, Greg, both parties, Senator Taylor and DA Mulroy, have both been civil. However, Taylor is still accusing Mulroy of not doing his job by prosecuting violent or repeat offenders. However, Mulroy claims Taylor is playing politics and says he won't go down without a fight.
Hello, please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
With the sound of a beep, Shelby County residents can now leave a message either on record or anonymously on a hotline created by State Senator Brent Taylor.
Quite frankly, I expected somebody to push back and say, look, this is kind of drastic, but I got no pushback.
And Taylor set up the hotline hoping to gather more evidence following his announcement last week. He'll try to remove District Attorney Steve Mulroy.
I wake up every day trying to figure out how to prevent this from happening.
The state senator has been critical of the DA, referencing the I-240 interstate shooting that injured one man and 4 children. The suspect out on bond from a previous gun charge arrest.
Let's face it, the district attorney is not doing his job. And that's why it is important that Memphians cancel our subscription to this madness.
Taylor says the hotline has been busy, getting dozens of calls and texts and more than 10 emails in less than 24 hours.
I mean, things like sitting down with a crime victim to go over the case, only to find out that they have the wrong file with the wrong victim.
Your news leader did speak with District Attorney Steve Mulroy about the hotline.
I have to ask, what is your initial reaction to all this?
Well, we get input from the public, both positive and sometimes critical, on a regular basis, and we're always open to that input.
Mulroy tells me there is no record of misconduct in his office and no credible reason for his removal.
All due respect to my friend Bren, this is clearly politics. But at the end of the day, I just have to say, we have a fundamental question to ask. Should the voters of Shelby County choose their DA, or should politicians in Nashville do it?
Both Mulroy and Taylor acknowledge they are or have been good friends outside of this political tension. But Taylor says it's not personal, while Mulroy...
You know, there's an old expression, with friends like these, who needs enemies? In the meantime, I'm not going to be distracted by all of this talk.
And Senator Taylor says his office will fact check all messages and emails, but whatever is deemed credible may end up in the pending resolution to remove District Attorney Mulroy. But for now, we are live in the studio for your news leader, Brian Ditlake, WREG.
Now, I believe it's a political thing because these two men are best friends. They are best friends. And if Senator Brett Taylor says he's going to write up a letter to start the process of removing him, ousting him, but he goes, because he has an election in November, he goes, but I'm going to wait until after you all reelect me to write that letter. At that point, we knew it was BS. These men are best friends. So yes, it's a political situation to make people think that because what Brett Taylor needs to be doing, see, what people don't know is Brett is a lawmaker. What he needs to do is they need to be trying to start the process of rewriting these laws to ensure that these people don't get out, right? That have committed these heinous crimes. He can do that. But instead, he want to bamboozle the people into believing that, so that, because see, it's affecting a lot of the rich white people now around the Memphis area that gives him funding. So he has to do that. He got to make them think. He got to try to get his campaign money, keep getting his campaign money and stuff coming in. If nobody in Memphis votes for him and Shelby County, that's going to hurt him. Because see, he's in the state Senate, which means that it is a statewide election. It will hurt him for Memphians and Shelby County not to vote for him. Millington and Germantown and Collierville, Bartlett, that's going to hurt him. So he's got to make them believe that he's starting the process of ousting his best friend. Now, if he had went ahead and wrote that letter up and got the process started, I would say, hey, he ain't playing. But when he said, I'm going to write that letter up and ask them to start ousting him, recommending that he be outed, but I'm going to write it after my election, I knew then that was a bunch of crap. And that's why Steve Mulroy makes sure he says, my good friend. Okay? Anyways, but that's politics for you, right? Because we need to see who's funding him. Is Soros funding him? Because it ain't looking too good for the good senator, is it? That he got to try to pander to the people like that. Who's donating money to his campaign? Okay. But back to Orange Mound Quet and Miajaye, okay? Now we're just gonna speak about what I was speaking about earlier. In the beginning, Orange Mound Quet Hernandez Govan was arrested on a warrant. And the reason that he was arrested on the warrant is because he was pulled over for his tags in South Haven, Mississippi. I guess his tags were out or something. They was up some kind of way. And then his license were suspended. Then he had a stalking warrant from 2019, they're saying, from down in South Haven. Now, I don't know if he lives in South Haven. South Haven is you go straight down Mill Branch going south, it turns into State Line Road. So you go straight down Mill Branch and Memphis turns into South Haven, Mississippi. So Some people live on one side of the line, others live on the other side of the line. So depending on where you at on Mill Branch, you might be 30 seconds away from South Haven, Mississippi. Okay. But even if you're in any part of Memphis, South Haven, Mississippi is no more than 20 minutes. That's even if you way in North Memphis, way out north. You can be there in 20 minutes, okay? It's maybe a pat your back and I'll pat yours. Oh, for sure. Lied on Miajaye for political gain. Right. And he has not done anything, you know. So we're asking, you know, is she going to violate him? You know, we don't know. Starting to look like Govan is an informant or he's paying off officials or both. Remorse Jones, you never know. You never know. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, because see, I was really surprised, and I think I spoke about that the Tennessee appellate court made Judge Coffey removed him off of the case. They recommended that he be removed, so he just went ahead and removed, you know, and removed himself. And that was based on what Straight Drop's attorneys right? Straight Drop attorney wanted. I found that really weird. Okay. But nevertheless, we're going to see what happens in court. I'm surprised that it was not some type of emergency situation. I know he said he's on Lil Woody stuff. I know that he already had a court date for I believe it's June the 25th or something like that. He already had a court date for June the 25th. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Okay. When he goes back to court, because once he goes in, she could violate him. She could violate him if she wants to. Anyways, you guys, the lines are open. The number is 615-854-7509. And the question is, do you all think that the judge will violate Govan for his new arrest? And we're also talking about Miajaye. Miajaye has posted on her social media. It's obvious that she's been posting, though, that she's furious about what has happened, right? I think that they've had a lot of anxiety, because at this point they thought that the trial would have been started, or they thought it was supposed to start in March. I knew it was not going to start in March. Then I mean, it was supposed to start in June. So each and every time, you know, it's pushed back or something like that, the family, hey, it's just an anticipation. You guys, make sure you hit the like button, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. And you all can call in. Like I said, that is what we're talking about. When you call in, make sure you keep it on the subject, okay? Make sure you keep it on the subject of what we are talking about. Hold on, I'm trying to look at Miajaye's page. Okay. And even though she posted her disdain for that, she was out with Aria, you know, with her children and stuff. If they don't violate quit, then you will know the fix is in. Yeah. The judge told his butt, do you know what bond is? Don't go to no funerals, nothing, no interviews. So It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I wonder if the judge from out of Atlanta is gonna fly in for this one. Or they might be trying to fix it. Who knows already? I don't know if it, I wouldn't think that it would be fixable. Remorse says, wouldn't be surprised if he goes on the run. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on the run either. It wouldn't be wise, but when a person is facing what he's facing, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens either. That he could be a risk as far as fleeing. Because I don't think you want to go back in the jail. Yeah, no ankle monitor. That's weird too. That he does not have on an ankle monitor. But even with those ankle monitors, they know how to manipulate them. He says he should be automatically violated. He crossed state lines, not unless he's, I guess, I don't know if he's living in South Haven or not. Because when they had him on, when somebody had him on video, whether it supposedly it was him that was walking into, was it the hardware store, Home Depot or whatever, that looked like the South Haven Home Depot. So he might be living down there. I don't know. If he ain't living down there, he living close to down there, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But people be talking about they see him. Somebody came into my chat, or I heard him on another channel. They saw him in Orange Mound. I said, "Oh Lord." Yep. Are you all going to call in? Yeah, I was looking at somebody on another channel said we saw him in Orange Mound at the chicken coop. I hollered. I said, Lord. Then I believe I heard somebody said it, or somebody said they saw him at the Privé or something. I don't know if that's true or not, but it might be. Cypress, what you laughing for? Probation should have already violated him, and he should be on to court in the AM. I don't think he's on probation. I don't think he's on probation. I think he's out on bond. Hold on one second. Yeah, probation applies when a sentence has been suspended. He's out on bond. But he still has to report to he still is reporting to somebody though, because remember they was in court. I'm gonna go back and look at that. He's reporting to somebody. I don't know if it's pre-trial counselors or what. But probation is only when they let you. I don't know. He might be on probation, but I think he's out on bond. Yeah, I think he's still supposed to be getting monitored, though. That's what I thought. Because he's supposed to report to somebody. Because remember, he got in trouble because they said he didn't report to somebody. See, probation would be when you go before the parole board after you served a certain amount of time, right? And so you be on probation when you serve out the rest of your time. He has not been sentenced yet. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. But I still think there are some conditions. He's supposed to be reporting to some people in the court or in the counselors in the DA's office or somewhere. Because remember, yeah, he's still getting monitored. Yeah, there's still conditions as it relates to the bond, and he's still being monitored by somebody, some people. Because remember when he went to court and they said he had gone out of town, and yes, he kept calling them to go out of town and shopping, and they told the judge. Okay. They said Govan hiding at Cypress house. Cypress, is he over there at your house? Y'all, the lines are still open. The number is 615-854-7509. Okay. I think Cypress would be glad to have him hired at his house. He loved that. Cypress would love to get him there so he can say, remember that, man. You can't tell old Gotti, man. He be trying to tell Govan, make sure he don't tell on Gotti. Remember, we can't tell on Gotti. We got to protect Gotti. And I'm surprised they didn't find a weapon in the car when they pulled him over. So that means he's riding naked. That's hard for me to believe that he'd be riding around without a weapon. Yes, it's all up in Cypress house. Y'all, the number is 615-854-7509 if you all want to call in. So what do you all think? I guess I want to ask you all, what do you all think is going to happen next? What y'all think is going to happen next? Hey, Kimberly. What do you all think is going to happen next? Cat Daddy says no drugs for his bad back. No weapon. He going to Joy says she think he's going to be revoked. Ramona says he going to jail or hell. Dima says she thinks that they're going to sweep it up under the rug. They said, why he's still alive, though? You know, I find it really strange, you know, that he does not have a fear of being out there roaming around. That's what's strange to me. Greyface says, I believe the feds run everything Govan and not the state. Otherwise, he would still be locked up. I don't know. Y'all know what Black Youngster is? Black Youngster even still? Where is Black Youngster at? Where nobody, you know, hears anything? Does he still even is he still a rapper? Is Black Youngster still a rapper? Like, is he still out? Does he still rap? Let me go look at his Instagram. That's one dude that bees. I don't. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Look, Black Youngster trying to play in the face of the. I guess he think he playing in the face of law enforcement. He got on his Instagram thing photo. He playing chess. Lord have mercy. Cypress says Black Youngster got some shows. Oh, he got some shows lined up. They finally told him to come on back out from up underground. I tell you. D-Mon said Black Youngster no Govan on the loose. He better be scared. You got that right, Black Youngster. Black Youngster no Govan on the loose. Govan a mess. Govan to have Black Youngster up out of here. I promise. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Greyface says, why would Govan risk being in Mississippi with suspended license and a tag that's no good in Mississippi with the warrant? Why was he there? I don't know. I wonder if he's living down there. They gotta get out of Dodge from Govan. Oh my God. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm gonna tell y'all something, y'all. It seemed like when Big Juke was taken out, I saw Black Youngster seem like he was happy. He was joking with Glorilla and all of that. And now somebody said he got some shows lined up. He wasn't doing no shows before. DK says the judge said he was not to lead Shelby County. Oh, the judge said he was not to lead Shelby County. Oh, wow. Mm. Mm. I'm talking about Sammy. Oh my God, Sammy. Whew. So Sammy coming out, huh? Sammy ain't did a show in ages. Sammy, I don't know of too many shows Sammy has done. That all by itself is weird. Since Sammy hadn't done an interview, nor has Sammy really done any shows since November of 2021. Yep, the judge did say so. Why was he in Mississippi riding dirty? Grandma Wade says, I'm just saying with what he was saying about getting dropout. Gotti did that too. He won't even tell the truth about Doll. So we know that he'll do the same thing again. Juke. Sammy got to pop them. Got to pop then. I'm serious. I haven't really seen Black Youngster doing any shows since November 2021. He did that show right afterwards in Dallas where he, like a month after Young Dolph was taken out, where he had all that security around him. And then he got up on the stage in Dallas and, was dissing Dolph. And then, like he did another show and Gotti came and he looked like he was depressed. Right. So I guess Gotti was there for moral support because I think mentally he was having breakdowns. And after that, I don't really know too many more. A lot of people say, some people might say, well, he be doing shows, he just be quiet with it. How you gonna do shows? You gotta, in order to do a show, you gotta have the people to come out. What's the need in doing a show and you don't tell folks you're doing it? Okay, so he was on stage at the Glorilla show, right? Where he fell all over and he fell down and act like he was holding a gun or whatever. We knew at that point that he had flipped. Okay, we knew at that point because I mean, Lord have mercy. The mind already went strong. They said BY going to be jumping around on stage off them perks. Oh Lord have mercy, Jesus. Poor old guy. They just messed around and got themselves in something that it's not going to be easy for them to get out of. Because you have to reap what you sow. That's it. That's all. They already know they're going to have to reap. What the guy say, you're going to bow now or you're going to bow later, but your show going to bow. So they're going to have to pay for that. Okay. Hey y'all, I did a interview with Big True that earlier today. It was a nice interview. He did a really good job. Um ZK says flipping and flopping on that stage. Grandma Wade says I was looking at the Thug trial today on one of the commentary YouTube channels, and one guy was talking about the rappers who have had RICO cases and who fixing to have RICOs, and he said Gotti name. Really? I wonder what guy was that. Ramona says Cypress, we already know BY is going to ride. Cypress, you Cypress, I thought you said you didn't like Black Youngster. Now you team Black Youngster. He lost his last sibling. He knows he's next. Once they got Big Sister Juke, he know at any point he's on the list. That's one dude that has been real low key. Mm-hmm. You know, I all this stuff that happened, it should have never happened. I hate all this stuff happen. You know, but for every action, there is a reaction. Surely they didn't think that they would be able to take somebody like Young Dolph out and that there would not be any repercussions. Surely they didn't think that, right? And I hate that it has gotten all of the commotion within the city of Memphis started, where these young dudes are going at each other and they're actually killing each other, and the people that started this stuff is back in their mansions, right? With in their security gates with all of their security around them, and these young dudes are left to fight it out, and they don't really even know what they're fighting for. Um, my dad used to say, as it relates to the army, to the service, old men start wars that young men have to go off and die for, right? These old rich men start these wars. These older guys start these wars, and they throw these young dudes into it to fight, and they end up losing their lives, right? Y'all like to chat up with Blue. Like to chat up with the Dolphins. Like to chat up with the Dolphins, you guys. We want justice for young Dolph. Okay. Hold on. We want justice for young Dolph. Hold on. Y'all make sure y'all like that chat up with Blue. Of course, I already know I'm going to take this out. Y'all know we got to do something for him. Light the chat up, y'all. I like that song, Fell in Love with the Streets. I like that. Where it's showing all of his vehicles. That song was put out after, of course, after he was assassinated. Shout out to Young Dolph. Shout out to his family. I send much love and strength to Miajaye as she continues to raise his children and try to pick up the pieces. You know, try to keep the sadness out of his son's eyes. You know that we saw when his son when his dad, who was very present in their life, he's old enough to understand, was taken away, and but he don't understand why he was taken away, just like we don't understand why there was an urgency for him to be taken, for his life to be taken just because of words, right? um we send strength to his father. We ask God to continuously give his father strength, so that not only that he keeps him healthy and strong to be able to be with his wife as they go through their son trial together, and see and hear all of the plots and stuff on a life that they brought into the world, right? But we ask God to heal him completely, right? We ask God to heal him and to give him strength to hold on, right? So that he can see justice and see the people who decided that they was going to play God, that interrupted his child's life, be taken out of that room in handcuffs, right? His family, the people that his artists, that truly love him, that has done a very good job of keeping his legacy going. They was after the legacy, but I think his artists have formed a great alliance to make sure that they continue that legacy. And I think that they've done a very good thing. So the very thing that they was afraid of, his artists have done a very good job of continuing that on, right? Jealousy, the Bible says that jealousy is as deadly, is as cruel as the grave. And we see that in this very situation right here, that jealousy is as cruel and deadly as the grave. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I think I get to thinking about when I heard that. I think this is one of the reasons that I've always really liked this song. And I like the video, I like the beat. And I don't know if Squeaky did the beat or whatever, but it's because when I hear when I was told that, because the folks know quite a bit. When I was told that, there was person said, when that call was made, that they had got up on him to make sure that he did not come out of that cookie shop. I got to thinking about, whenever they tried to take him out, he always went and he made hits. And I think that order was given so that he could not live to go and make another hit. That's why, when you saw a lot of the trolls in certain chats, when they was like, well, then that nigga, it was rumored that Black Youngster said that rapping ass nigga ain't get ready to make another hit. Black Youngster never held a candle to Dolph. So why was even Black Youngster even in that? Black Youngster should have been trying to get to where Young Dolph was. Instead, somebody made him believe that Young Dolph was his competition when he wasn't even in the league with him. First of all, he should have learned the business. He was put on a damn helicopter and put up in the air to sign a contract that he didn't even know the language. Okay. Anyways, see, that's how people make a fool out of you, right? They made him think that a man that he couldn't hold a candle to was his competition when he should have been trying to make him his role model. They was both from South Memphis. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and that's because this is in the area that I grew up in. This video Y'all know we can't play it all. Y'all know I be getting into it. But shout out to Young Dolph. It's something about that song that's very inspirational. And yet, I think one of the reasons there was a desperation to make sure that he did not live is because let's see how many this particular song has. It's got 158 million spins on it, right? Just on YouTube. 158 million. They wanted to make sure that he couldn't go and make no more money, make no more songs. Hey, that's why the folks say Black Youngster said that rapping ass nigga ain't rap gonna make another hit. But guess what? He needs to make his first one. And guess what? In the end, he won't be able to make another one. You know why? Because he gonna be behind the wall. Okay, he gonna be behind the bars. Okay, that's where he gonna be at. It's unfortunate that Black Youngster was made to believe that a man that he had never had any beef with, right, was his enemy, because Young Dolph was not his enemy. If his mind was right, he should have been trying to make him his role model. Okay. But anyways, y'all, like I said, that song is very inspirational to me. I get to thinking about, when he says, my girl say I'm stuck in my ways, but my wrist say I've been getting paid. I think we all can think about something when folks say, well, they this and that, and then you start looking at how God has blessed you. They say I'm this, but hey, my house say I've been getting paid. My cars say I'm getting paid some kind of way, right? And then I felt it when he says self-made millionaire. Oh, what a feeling. I mean, that was a lot of emotion that he particularly, because I can feel it, that he put into that. A little boy who said he used to be walking down the street and just wish somebody would pull up to him because he ain't have nothing, and just pull up to him and just give him some money, right? When he be walking from his grandma's house to somebody else's house because he didn't have nothing, he was able to attain that. And the very thing that he worked hard to attain, you had a bunch of other dudes on the other side of town, right, that would take his life, that came from the same struggle. Instead of congratulating him, one thing I do like about Baby and Master P, you hear rumors that Baby and Master P didn't particularly care for each other, but they was real men. If they didn't care for each other, nobody on the outside of New Orleans knew it, because when they accepted awards, they always shouted each other out. They did their thing. They understood it was enough money out there for everybody, because the United States print up their own damn money and it's circulating, right? Hey, as long as they didn't stop them from getting their money, hey, they was going to stay out of each other's way. The issue that happened with Young Dolph, even though there was enough money being printed up for everybody, folks was mad. Instead of worrying about the money they was getting, they was mad about the money he was getting, right? And it seems like that same energy kind of goes on as it relates to people that surround that camp. Worry about what's on your own damn plate, because when you start getting jealous and worrying about, and that heart, that green-eyed monster, and that envy take over your heart, you end up doing something that you're going to regret. So what they ultimately did, they stopped his life in one form, right? Because he's down there at their grave, and they stopped their life in another way. God can stay on that airplane going all over across the water. But one thing that the word of God says, that whatever a man soweth, that's just what he's going to reap. Okay. And so I don't care how he travels, that karma, it will always be reachable. Okay. That karma is going to always be reachable. And so when people get mad at me and say, well, God ain't did nothing. Well, I have to blame him. I'm a CEO. So anything that happens, it falls on my shoulder. If it continuously happens, that means I want it to happen, because ain't nobody going to be continuously trying to mess nobody up that come from out of my camp. Okay. Not unless I want them to do it. If I don't stop it, that means I want them to do it. And if they refuse to stop, they got to, you can't be around me. As a matter of fact, you dismissed. We don't need you over here, because you can't bring down what I've worked for. But if I turn the blind eye and turn my back, and it continuously happens, when one person go to jail, we line up some more people. And then when that don't work out, we line up some more people. what happened in 2016 with Keon, 2017 with Black Youngster and them, and then in 2017 with what happened in LA. And then the very same thing that happened to him in 2021, they finally took him out. These dudes hung around his camps. So I got to lay it on his damn shoulder. Right? He say he a boss, but you can't stop the people that is affiliated with you. Keon is supposed to be some type of executive in his company. Okay? So I have to lay, just like everybody, lay the blame on CJ Davis, even though CJ Davis don't have any contact with any of those patrolmen. She have supervisors. There's supervisors that report to her, right? There's a chain of command. But when them police officers do something, because she is the head, it's all laid on her shoulder, right? So I lay it all on the shoulder of the person that's supposedly the CEO. Because it was a continuous thing. If you're a competent boss, you should have nipped it. As a matter of fact, nobody up under you should have ever felt comfortable in talking about they're going to take out your opposition. They ain't never supposed to feel comfortable enough to jeopardize what you worked hard for, not unless you want them to do it. Because they'll be in fear of losing whatever position they got in your camp. Okay, so that's how I know he wanted it and called it. Okay. But anyways, y'all, rest in peace to Young Dolph. Hey, rest in peace to Big Jook. I hate that happened to Big Jook. I'm not an evil person. The same sadness that I saw in Trey's eyes, I was looking at a video or something that was circulating, probably like back earlier this year. As a matter of fact, when you see pictures of Big Jook's mother, the sadness in her eyes is enough to break any mother's heart. That lady ain't doing well. And that's her child, so she wouldn't be. But the same sadness Trey had in his eyes, it was a video of his daughter singing in a choir or something. You see the same sadness in her eyes. So why would I ever be evil enough to celebrate? It didn't make me feel good to see that man laying out there on the ground and his mother over him. As a mother, that hurt me. Because when we looked at him, we already knew. You could look at the picture and tell he was gone. Okay? But jealousy has created all of this stuff that didn't even have to happen. I don't know what was going on with Big Jook. I was told it was something that ain't even had nothing to do with Young Dolph. Okay? But everything has a way of coming out. But long live Jook. But the CEO of CMG should have put a lid on it a long time ago. Gotti had been out rapping. He was out way before Young Dolph was out. He already knew what it was. He had been in the industry long enough. He understood that, that when a rapper comes out, they have their success, and it's always somebody else to rise up after them. Everybody have their time. And then that's why you relish and you make the most of your time, of your 15 minutes. And then somebody else is going to come behind you that the people are going to like. The problem is these old ass niggas want to hold on to the past. I'm going to get all this. Well, then if you going to make it, you going to be up under me and I'm going to make money off of you. Young Dolph ain't had that type of mind. I always say that I kind of look at him as maybe he was a prophet. When people, he wasn't no prophet. How you know? It says the prophet comes to liberate, to give confirmation and to liberate. Wasn't he teaching? Haven't these black artists been in bondage with the way that these record companies have been financially messing them over? And then you have a black boy that come up out of South Memphis with a brilliant mind, that went and made the money and then understood what to do and then went and invested in himself and started teaching his artists and everybody else, and you niggas go and take out something like that. Every time a black leader starts to rise up, you have a damn cuckabug head to get jealous to take them out. That's the reason why we can't have, why are you better than me? Bitch, you can't even much read. You don't even know how to read. So that's why you ought to get up under him and go learn how to read and then get up under a mentor that's going to do you right. Why he rise up? We're going to take that nigga out. And that's the reasons why we ain't got no leaders. That's why I say it's got to be some repercussions when these niggas start taking out leaders that's giving back and helping to liberate our community. Nigga, you can take him out if you want to. You take him out, you won't be able to live in the United States because we're going to hunt you down. You better decide, nigga, because we're going to bury you in your front yard. You can take some money if you want to take him down, to set him up. We're going to bury you in your front yard. Do you want to deal with that? No. Well, then you better leave him alone. You better deal with that jealousy, sissified nigga. Only sissies get jealous of other men because real men go make their money. And if you making money, like you say, you ain't got time to be jealous and plotting murders of nobody else because you jealous of what they mad about what they say about you. Because the truth of the matter is, if Young Dolph had been dissing anybody and he wasn't making no traction, they wouldn't have even been worried about it. So it's got to be something put in place. You think you go? So Young Dolph teaching these young boys that's rapping how to liberate themselves and make generational wealth. They not up under the thumb of the record company when they whoring them out. Because if you're gonna be the rapper, you supposed to be making the most money. You the talent. You got somebody that learned it and teach you that, nigga. You think you're gonna take him out? Do you know what's gonna come behind that? You can't live in the United States, and your family can't either. So what you gonna do? You gonna deal with that jealousy, right, nigga? You gonna swallow that? You gonna make you some money? Because if you touch him, it's gonna be some repercussions. We're gonna do a demonstration on you. I bet you a lot of this shit, this bitch ass stuff, gonna stop. But the problem is the majority of these OGs jealous. I want little bro to go to jail because I want his gal. Bitch, you can't even get a hard up no more. You ain't been young in 20-some years. So y'all perpetuate a lot of this stuff and help these young dudes to crash out. Okay? Viagra is running you blind. You can't even see. You got diabetes and glaucoma. You ought to be trying to teach some wisdom and learn some wisdom. Instead, you throwing up gang signs in your late 40s and 50s and your ass got arthritis in your damn fingers. Just a disgrace. Well, I can't do nothing, nigga. Your sons in their 20s. It starts in your household. That nigga go to jail. I'll get his gal. You can't do nothing with her when you get her, but look at her. That's why a lot of this stuff is going on. Because people are delusional. They're delusional. These men supposed to be leading their community. Instead, they're leading it in chaos. Well, you know I was on drugs. Nigga, you know what not to do when you on them drugs. You already know what not to do. You ain't gonna go stand in the middle of Lamar Airways and Lamar. You ain't gonna do it on crack and all, because you know them cars gonna knock your ass up in the air. So people sit up to, I was on drugs, I did that, I was high. Go stand in the middle of Lamar and Airways. Go stand out there in the middle, high and all, brain a scrambled egg. You got me effed up. I ain't get ready to go get hit. Nigga, you ain't that messed up then, are you? so you know what not to do. Okay? So a lot of people using that. Well, you know, I was high. Like they talking about Cornelius hollering. I was high. They say ain't even got no respect for young Dollar. I ain't had nothing. I ain't had no problem with the nigga. I was just high, want some money. That's why when these folks get around, Cornelius ain't saying nothing. I don't even have nothing to say about that. Okay, all right. So they constantly taking out our leaders. You had people too. We was talking about on True That channel earlier, where he asked me about Dr. King, about the blood stain that is still on Memphis. And you had people. Dr. King had a young family, and he put his life on the line. 39 years old to help to liberate all the black people. And you had niggas in his camp that was lining them up because they was jealous of him. Well, you know, Dr. King was a preacher, but he was still messing with the ladies. Well, at least he wasn't messing with men. Hell, he was out there. Women was gonna want him. I don't perpetuate married men doing that, but he was a man. Okay, he was getting, at least he wasn't getting no. Don't get me started. Okay. So they would help to line him up. They was jealous of him. Okay. The same thing with same thing with Malcolm X. The same thing with a lot of, that's why we don't have leaders to rise up that's got the heart of a lion. Because the rest of these folks will sell out for 50 cents. They selling out for a hamburger. You better not put no cheese on it. Okay. All they doing is taking them to a restaurant and well, they bought me a $30 steak. These niggas setting folks up for $30 steaks. Nigga, that's gonna be your last steak you eat. If you think you're gonna help to line up a leader that's helping our community, you better have choked it down, and it better have been good too. I hope you enjoyed it, because they're gonna find you in your front yard. Okay, even the Bible says that you will look for them and won't be able to find them. Nigga, you're gonna be missing. Okay. Ain't used to nothing. A $30 steak. I ain't never had a steak cost $30. You better not give them a steak cost $100. They'll go take out a community. Them niggas bought me a $100 steak. They'll go take out a whole community. All right, nigga, you went and you did that. When you coming home? When you coming home? Because we're gonna be waiting on you. When you dot that street, we're gonna be standing right out there waiting on you. And the Bible says they gonna look for you, and you won't be able to be found. And I bet you they ain't gonna find you either. That's how, when they get to hollering, we don't need no police. See, when these niggas get to hollering about we don't need no police, it's because they want to be out there being pedos to the little girls, putting them in trafficking, the little boys in trafficking. They want to be able to walk up in your house and violate you and all that. They ain't talking about no structure. Okay. Neo says, I hate to say it, but a ninja can't really trust his own when he get into the bag, and folks wonder why I'm happy to tell people I'm broke. That's what you got to tell them. I reckon. You could be driving a brand new Volkswagen, and they'll get jealous of that. Her Volkswagen, that's a brand new one. It ain't got no tag. Look at her coming around. She driving. She want everybody to know it's new. It's got the drive out tags. Well, if you ever had anything new, you know that they mail you your drive out tags. I got to wait on my drive. We going to take her out. She want us to know she got a new car. Well, you ain't never had nothing new. You have to go and buy fake tags and stuff. Because when you buy a new car, they mail you your drive out tags. That's all. Don't take a person out because they riding around in a brand new car waiting on it. They have to, I know you ain't never had nothing new. They mail them those tags. Okay? They have to wait for them to be mailed. They ain't trying to make you jealous. That's why I say get around some winners. Your wins don't sound like you bragging because they used to winning. Okay? Yeah, we are our own worst enemy. Hey, I ain't stupid. I understand a lot of stuff that has been engineered in our community. But when you start plotting the unaliving of another person just because they played with me. Okay, what they do when they played with you? Did they try to take out you or your family? No, they said something about me. You can take them out if you want to. Because see, I always say it's our fault. When they was continuously trying to take young Dolph out, it's the community, it's all our faults. Because we love Gotti, we love young Dolph, we didn't do nothing. Okay, I wonder what young Dolph gonna put out. He's still putting them hits out. Whereas we should have said, let me tell you something, Yo Gotti. Every time there is an assassination attempt, it's coming from your label. Hey, we mess with your music. But if anything happens to young Dolph, if this continues, you or nobody else from your label gonna make no money because we ain't gonna support you. I bet you it would have stopped. Because them white folks that was funding him weren't gonna fund him if he wasn't getting the support. So when people start pointing the blame, I say we ought to point the fingers at ourselves because we had the power to really stop it before it happened. You start talking, we're going to pull our resources back. You do something to him, something can happen to him. If you want to, we're going to pull our resources back. We pulling our resources back on you, nigga. Thank you, Fat Boy, for the cash out. Okay, we pull our resources back. Let something happen to young Dolph. I bet you it wouldn't have been another attempt because them execs that had put money in them was gonna say, you ain't gonna make our money back. You ain't gonna make our money back. You're gonna have to call order to your label. Okay, or else we can't give you no more loans. I bet you he would have got some act right. Because people don't care what you say. They don't care about me being on here hollering and screaming now. All people care about is you pulling your resources back. I ain't going to support you no more. That is what wakes them up. And so that's why I say we have to be proactive. We have to put a plan in place and then execute it. So when folks are, well, we gonna police, we need to police our own communities. Why? You already a pedo. Your record, you got a record longer than Popular, and it's all pedo. You's a pedo. So the men in the community should have been handled you. You ain't even supposed to feel comfortable walking around your community and the folks know you're a pedo. Because if the men really want to police the community, they should have handled you before the police did. Now, nigga, you think you gonna be messing with these kids walking around here? They can't even walk home from school. And I got nieces and nephews and children. Start quoting that scripture. The Bible says they're gonna look for you, nigga, and you won't be able to be found. That's the word, because you're gonna be in that damn front yard. We'll plant a tomato tree, bitch, on top of you. Okay? We'll plant a tomato garden. Let the squirrels eat the tomatoes. Okay? That's right. We can diminish power by not supporting them. And so when they get to talking about Orange Mound Quet, hey, listen, I believe Orange Mound Quet was every bit involved, but he was not the mastermind. He was not the mastermind. If Orange Mound Quet was the mastermind, that means then he was the mastermind in 2016, 2017, and all the other times. Now, Orange Mound Quet was brought in. And I believe his role was he was brought in to try and bring together them little dudes, like straight dropping them. That's what they got him for. I don't think he paid for nothing. Okay, he might have paid them with the money that they gave him, but he ain't paid for it with it. I don't believe Orange Mountain Quet sat down and said, I want young Dolph gone. I don't believe that. I believe his was strictly money motivated. And see, that's another thing. What kind of people are we when we can be swayed by some money that's going to dissipate anyway? You start spending money, money is gone, especially when you don't get it right. If it goes through your fingers like water. Okay? So when they get to talking about he the mastermind, I don't know what they mean. Maybe he was the mastermind of getting those little dudes together, but he wasn't the mastermind of saying of I want young Dolph gone. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe he conceived that idea. I believe he was brought in. Okay. And so what Govan needs to do, he already in a world of trouble. He can't pick and choose who he want to tell on. He better let God use him. Because God is a God of he chastises too before God abuses him. They already did wrong. So what he needs to do is try to do right. And go ahead and tell them folks everything. Because surely he don't think he can play them. The worst thing you could ever do is think you can play the feds. That's the worst thing you could ever do. He better be asking for some grace and doing the right thing. And telling on the rest of them niggas who paid him. If not, he gonna find himself in a cesspool and he ain't gonna be able. It's already bad. He need to. They got together and decided to let greed override logic. They better try to do what's right and try to help that man's family to get peace. Because that young Dolph is torturing them. He's spinning on them. They can't touch him. He in another dimension. They can't touch him. If they wanted to diminish him, they made him more powerful when they killed him. Now he's immortal. He's in another dimension. They can't touch him. God is so tortured, he can't even stay still in the United States. Okay. Who's child? But anyways. That's right. He's up in another realm. They can't touch him. They made him more powerful because if you think that the spirit dies with the body, you're a damn fool. Okay? You're a damn fool if you think that. They couldn't do nothing with him. So they said, we'll take his spirit that God has given him out of his body. And he still dwells. Because they're the ones that's tortured. And it's something when you don't know what's going to happen next, all because you couldn't control your emotions. And what's wrong with these other men? How do you feel like you need to be so loyal to another man that you put your family and your children last and put yourself in a position where you got to go away from your family, or you put yourself in a position where there are retaliatory situations. I'm not saying that Young Dolph's artist did anything. I'm just saying you got to be a damn fool. Young Dolph made sure his artist was rich. So them boys got money. If they wanted to do something to somebody, they could. So you put your family and yourself in retaliatory situations, or you put yourself in a position where you got to go away from your family for another man. So as a woman, when I think about stuff like that, I have issues with that. Nigga, you gonna put another man before you put me and your children? I'll go do his time. You gonna go do some time for another man? You call yourself a damn hitman and you got me and your damn kids. So you put him first while he traveling the world with his whatever she is to him. And now we looking over our shoulders. Are you in jail? No, I can't hold you down. You chose him over me. You chose him over your children. And I can't hold you down. F you. And that's unfortunately what a lot of these men are doing, all for clout, so they can say, I'm his second man in charge. Nigga, you supposed to be the first man in charge in your damn household, bitch. Your woman and your children, your responsibility, not some other damn man. And it's a lot of these black men failing their women and their kids like that. They go caping for another man and leave their damn women and kids out here to fend for themselves. She ain't no good woman. She got another man. Nigga, you gone now for 40 years. You chose somebody else over me. You'd rather be a second man to another man than a first man to your damn household, nigga. That's your responsibility, bitch. If that nigga cares something about you, instead of making you his hit man, why don't he put you down in front of his lawyers and his business partners and give you some game on how you can make some legal money? How about that? I got to prove my loyalty, just as dumb as the day is long. Okay? So I don't blame some of these women. His woman left him. I left him too. Because he wants your ass in jail anyway. So he gonna take care of your woman because he want to have his way with her while you got your simple ass in jail. Now your kids don't know how to halfway look at you when they turn 16, 17. You've been in jail 10, 15 years for another damn man. Your kids got some type of disdain because they needed you out here, nigga. Then have the nerve to now be perpetuating using other folks' kids that's misguided to go on these hits. Straight Drop is still a handsome little guy. He look old now because he worried. I always say this, that they could have made him, he could have perfected his gift, his rap skills, but they could have marketed him to the little girls because he was handsome. Right? Instead, they helped him to crash out. They used them up. That's what they did. Now they've given him a false sense of security when they know damn well that he is going to go to jail for life. Probably, because he ain't as dumb as they think he is. Even if he don't get life, 30 years is a long time. Okay? So I think it's a darn shame before God, okay, that this stuff continuously is happening. So when they get mad at me, the good thing about it is this my darn channel. Nobody can't tell me what to do. There ain't none of my look, don't get me started. Okay? Can't nobody sit me down but my man when I get one. Okay? Because these Negroes know I'm telling the truth on them. And so we get to wondering why these young guys, this younger generation,
Ramona Rice.
To accept, press 1.
Hey Ramona.
Hey.
How you doing?
What was it? I'm doing pretty good. What was that, Tyson?
What was who?
What was your small banking? Did they even think about it? Did they party for 2 or 3 years or what?
I didn't hear you said what was. I didn't hear the first part.
What was them thinking?
What was they thinking?
Yeah, taking young Dolph out like that.
I don't know what they was thinking about. I guess they thought they was gonna get away with it.
And so many people involved.
Yeah, it is. And it's and you know that's just weak, ain't it? That so many men would be involved and wanted to see the demise of another man, and it ain't had nothing to do with nothing other than his success.
That's it. That's it. It just don't make no sense to me. I think about it all the time. It seemed like for a minute, it's everybody getting pulled in.
Mm-hmm.
And questioned. And every last bit of them probably was involved. Or after around the scene and everything.
Well, one thing for sure. One thing for sure. When they took him out, it's a darn shame that them little guys, JoJo Splat and all of them, they basically put out what happened. I guess they thought they weren't being looking at that. You know how you see how God used folks to do stuff. They told on themselves. They were the one making them damn Instagram messages and stuff, not knowing that stuff was gonna be subpoenaed and all of that. They thought that they was deleting them. So you know, it's crazy that you would amp little dudes up. JoJo Splat was a baby. JoJo Splat had just turned 18 years old. Okay. So yeah, you could tell the way that boy was shaking. Don't you know when I saw that boy on Off the Porch after that stuff happened to young Dolph, like around that time, it was like maybe around the end of December or January, that little boy was so nervous because we had been mad at him, right? That little boy was so nervous. He was shaking so bad. I promise to God I dropped some tears. You know why? I said, dog, that's still a damn baby. And these old ass niggas gave this young boy a false sense of security and sent them little dudes out. And now he up there, he a child. He can't handle that type of pressure. He was shaking like a darn leaf.
It's painful. Tamara, I'm not gonna lie to you. I still can't get over the fact that dogs all laying at that window like that.
Yeah, that's sad on a whole nother level to see that boy arm dangling out that window like that.
And I've seen some shit in my life.
And somebody wanted them gone because they were steady on their damn Twitter time. I got a question.
And I'm gonna tell you something else I don't like to hear all the time either. I don't care what happened in that airport. I don't care who fell on who.
That's right. That's right. You know what? They get to talking about that there was supposedly a situation between Juke and Key Glock, right? I don't believe whatever happened, I don't believe Key Glock started messing with Juke them. I don't believe I believe they messed with him first.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't want to see that picture. I seen a jet laying on that ground like that.
No, I didn't want to see that. That was sad to me. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that. It was awful. And it was even sadder to see how his mother was over him. You could feel, like, through the picture, the desperation of a mother. That's hurtful.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand what's going on. And people get on them blogs and get the bragging and all that shit. I just can't halfway stand it. Yeah. People getting took out every 5 minutes. I've noticed today on the news. It's 4 people got killed down that day.
Oh, wow.
In Memphis.
It almost seemed like it started some type of war, right? That's why I was telling True that on his channel today. I was like, True that has been out in the street, and I heard him say he got a cleaning service, so he trying to turn that around. I said, somebody who would be more dedicated, who's better to get out there and be out on the street trying to talk to these dudes and starting programs. People like him qualified to do something like that.
That's right.
To help to bring peace, because these young guys will look up to a lot of these OGs if they feel like they care.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Russell Simmons said a long time ago, people don't want to hear what you got to say unless they know you really care.
Yeah. Because I guess they just don't care. It's something every day. What gets me is all this old laughing and bragging and shit. Well, so-and-so's going to do this, going to do that. I don't want to hear that. I want Dolph to have justice.
Absolutely. Justice for young Dolph.
Now, Tamara, I'm going to be straight up there. If anybody got anything to do with there, I want them to get justice.
Mm-hmm.
It's wrong.
Yeah, it is. You know what? When that first happened to Jug, even like it was some guys that came into my chat, like from out in the streets of Memphis, and they was like that didn't have anything. It had something to do with some more street stuff. Big Jug put that on his channel, on his Instagram the day before. Rather than snake me, rather than face me, you rather snake me. That's somebody he was acquainted with. That's somebody that you have some type of rapport with.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm gonna tell you somebody I like some of his music. I mean, he makes me laugh. And that's Stupid Duke. He needs to get someone to sit down.
Yeah, Stupid Duke needs to sit down because them folks is somebody is telling on him.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna do just like they did up in New York back there in the 80s and the 90s. They're gonna come through there and tear them all up. The government is.
Mm-hmm. When people fear you, they'll do anything to try to get you out the way.
Yeah, I know.
I think they scared to try to take him out because I don't think Stupid Duke was hiding. So if they can't get to him that way, they can't sneak and get him from behind a bush. They'd rather have him put in jail. Because I like what Kofiger said as it relates to what happened to young Dolph. He said it from the very beginning. He said they were bushwhackers. Those are the ones that jump up out of bushes. They can't face you. They jump up out of a bush. And, I remember when they had that on the news, but they scrubbed it, straight dropping them, they was already out the car. It's funny because they was running together side by side. It was almost like they was running on their tiptoes the way they was running up to get him. But they took that, I think they took it off. They scrubbed it because you would be able to pay attention who was driving that car, sitting on their driver's side. So they took that out for various reasons, but they definitely ran up on him. And like he said, they bushwhackers. Those are cowards. They parked all the way back and they tipped up on him. Yeah. So it ain't nothing what they talking about. Yeah, they gangsters. What's noble about that?
Nothing. They know it. if they got any sense, if they got a heart, they know what they did is wrong. All of them shouldn't be able to sleep at night. Well, tell me, I couldn't walk around with a big bunch of people that guard me every day.
Looking over your shoulder, and like I said, the black youngsters and stuff, the money bag yos and stuff, they're not in the hoods. Big 30 and them are not in the hood. What they're doing is you see them consistently posting these little dudes that's around them that are losing their lives and stuff. These babies are 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Don't care. Shit, half of them are old enough, young enough to be my grandchildren.
I'm telling you.
I just don't understand what's going on. I mean, I'm just not used to it. I didn't grow up like that. Daddy and mama didn't raise us like that. I mean, we grew up hard, but we made it. And you always was told, you know, I guess when you're in the military, you ain't got no choice but to shoot back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But this is always so shooting just to be going around shooting. It don't make no sense.
And taking somebody's life just because somebody pay you. Just because somebody pay you. That's evil.
Or then somebody that said something to you on the phone or something. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, my niece was I got back 2 or 3 of them. They was crazy about young dogs. And that's how I found out, you know, he got killed like that. And then I started seeing you. Then I said, well, let me pay attention. And she was coming in crying and tell me about it. My niece did. When it first happened.
Mm-hmm.
But she knew about it and way before she heard about it when he first came out. So yeah, I think about it all the time, even when I'm at work.
Yeah, I pray for his family. I hope that, you know, his mother and his father has been really quiet, and I understand why. You know, his father, you can't get yourself too upset because you have to make sure that you keep yourself healthy.
Yeah, that's true. I just hope that they can, you know, hang on.
I hope so too.
And I just be glad that trial go ahead and start. I want to know what happened, why did it happen. It's gonna be something stupid. You watch.
Yeah. Straight Drops attorney was put there to play games, but his record is all his folks get convicted. So, I mean that's his record.
Yeah, because I thought you can only get so many times that you can ask for it to hold off for a while. Because I think they 2 times up here in Kentucky that you asked we ain't ready yet, so we need another month or maybe 2 or 3 months or something like that right there. Up here, I don't think it's about 2 times you can do it.
Well, I think let's see, it has happened 1, 2, I guess 3 times with them. But I think it's gonna start in October. October be here before you know it, but still that's mental anguish. You know, his family thinking that they're, you know, getting ready to have a trial, and then they have it's still pushed back. You know what I mean? Like that's mental anguish.
See, that's what it was. That's how they do that, and that just hurts. Because I cannot imagine what his wife's going through. Because I always call his wife, and they always told me, you done been married 13 years, shit, y'all married.
That's right.
If y'all been doing together for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, before I let you go, tell Piper to quit putting that CMG stuff up in this chat.
You know, when I saw him put it in there, I was deleting it out.
Oh. All right. Listen, I'm gonna get off the phone.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Ramona.
Yeah, all right, bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, shout out to Ramona for calling in. Shout out to Ramona for calling in, you guys. The love of money is the ruler of all evil, because you know the Bible says, and money answers all things, but the love and the lust of money is the root of all evil. Anyways, you guys, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. So I know y'all gotta get up. I gotta be out tomorrow too. I gotta go out on a case out to not in Pine Bluff, but it'd be closer to Pine Bluff. So we gotta ride out. We gotta ride out in the morning, but we'll be back home though. That's the good thing. We'll get there early enough to do what we need to do and ride back home. Okay, because I don't want to stay overnight in no other cities, especially. It's something about them cities in Arkansas. I don't like staying overnight. The I don't. The towers are bad. The you might not get your text messages until it's still. I no offense, but it's still kind of antiquated. Um, it's a lot of trees and stuff around Arkansas. Um, hey, the police be on point because any town we go in, we let them know we there, we in that town to do an investigation. But and they be real cool with us, but it's just still antiquated. I don't want to go nowhere and I can't get no service because the town is antiquated. So I be liking to come back home. Okay. So we'll be back home tomorrow. But anyways, you guys, listen, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me as always. Make sure I'm gonna pray. Let me pray. First of all, God, I just thank you for all of the people that was on this live tonight, even the ones that did not have good intentions. God, I ask that you still touch their hearts and change their mindset of whatever evil thoughts they may have gone through their minds. Touch them, God. Heal their minds. Do whatever is necessary. Heal the anger. God, touch the hearts of and the minds and bless those that was in here with good intentions. No weapon formed against any of us shall prosper. Any evil tongue or any evil thought that rose up against me or anybody in this chat that means well will be condemned. Hey, any witchcraft, any evil spells that was spoken out in the spiritual against anybody in here, we reverse it and send it back to the sender, and may it manifest in their very own lives in 30 days. God, I just thank you for continuously blessing my show, revealing all evil people and all evil things. Continue to shake them down out of the tree so that they will be exposed. And you said this demon I won't have to deal with anymore. Okay. When you all go to work tomorrow, ask God to go before you. Okay. Ask if you got a supervisor, a difficult supervisor, ask God to go up in there before you to already make it peaceful, because God can bring peace in any circumstance. So ask God to go before you, even before you pull out your driveway, so that you can return safely, return home to your family safely. Okay. I appreciate you all support as always. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a peaceful night. Okay. I love you guys. I'll speak with you later.